Hello everyone, welcome back to another Tom Ford Tuesday. Happy Tom Ford Tuesday, where Tuesdays we dedicate to Tom Ford beauty. So today we're going to take a little step back and I want to share with you and reflect on my long-standing and loyalty to the brand for over a decade. Now, from the first product I ever tried from Tom Ford, which I happen to share here on YouTube, to the most recent releases, Tom Ford, I feel, has truly stood the test of time, and the products have remained classic, luxurious, and effortlessly elegant. And I feel like that's why I constantly just come back for more. For a brand that even recently sold. I mean, at this point, it's been a couple of years. They recently sold to a couple of years. Monique, hello. Sold to Estée Lauder. I still feel that the products have remained priceless, timeless as ever. So I thought it would be fun to reflect on how the brand has evolved over the years, share some of the best products I've ever tried, and talk about why I feel I've stayed so loyal to the brand for all this time. So let's talk all things Tom Ford beauty. We're a little more relaxed today. And I just love being able to share one of my absolute favorite brands with you. So let's hydrate and begin. So on Tom Ford Tuesdays, I love taking the opportunity to share uplifting and motivational quotes with you. And today I want to share with you that you need to continue believing in yourself, because that is when you are truly unstoppable. Now, I hope you have an amazing week, and whatever day you're watching this, you got this, okay? All right, so it's Tom Ford Tuesday. You know, the full face is Tom Ford. Everything will be listed and linked down below in the description box. So, to start, I want to share with you a little nostalgia, a little throwback to my first Tom Ford product. And just looking at the thumbnail, I'm like, ooh wee, girl, you have come a long way.
It's like a perfect color, a perfect finish. But I do prefer applying it with my brush, the Marc Jacobs Face 1 brush. It's like a really dense brush. I think that I deserve to splurge a little every now and then, and when it comes to things that you've been eyeballing for years, you do it, and you enjoy yourself, and you do it, and you be happy. And I'm happy. And I hope that this was helpful.
So my first Tom Ford product was actually a complexion product. It was the foundation. And now here's the thing. I've always been a luxury girl. I don't know. Where'd that come from? It's just been a thing. My first makeup product was luxury. I have nothing against the drugstore. I'm not better than the drugstore. It's not like that. But I just like luxury, okay? We like what we like. So I remember when I first tried that foundation, okay? Fun fact, I couldn't figure out the packaging. It was the Tom Ford packaging like this, where you thought it was a cap, so you're sitting there pulling on it, but then you eventually figure out you have to go like this. And to me, I was like, whoa, that's awesome. I love it. And yes, it was a plastic packaging, but I remember my experience when I went to the counter. Everything, like all of the products were so clean and like structured. And personally, I'm into that. I've always been, even as a child, I've always been very like things have to be a certain way, neat, clean lines. I guess you could call it OCD. I'm undiagnosed. Okay, but I know that's what it is. Certain things have to be a certain way, and if they're not, it kind of like, but I know that's not normal. Okay, but when it comes to Tom Ford, I remember my first experience. Everything was so clean and aesthetic, and it felt very structured, but in a soft, elegant, luxurious way. And remember that I interpret it based on what I've learned about Tom Ford over the years, is that comes from his architectural background, okay? And I had just a great, grand old time. I asked myself this question: was it love at first swipe, or did it take a little getting used to? I can definitely say it was love at first sight, love at first swipe, love at first blend. The formulation on that foundation was outstanding, and I used multiple bottles. I was like, wow, finally a luxury brand that I'm just like diving in head first, foot first, arm, elbow first. I loved it, everything about it. And I really got into it. And then I discovered the fragrances. When I discovered the fragrances, I found the blends to be so unique, so over the top. Because I would wear 1 or 2 fragrances, the same exact fragrances, and I wouldn't stray until I discovered, unfortunately, they don't make this anymore, and it breaks my heart, but we've moved on. Champaka Absolute. And at the time, all of the Tom Ford fragrances that I saw, other than, I think it was Orchid something, that one in the purple, that the one everybody knows Tom Ford for. When you would go to the Tom Ford counter, you would see the bottles like this. This is how the bottles would look. Okay, and then you'd have the really big ones. But this was the color story. And to me, I love when things are just organized and neat. And when I would go to the counter, I loved it so much. This was the fragrance I would wear every single day. Every single day. And on the occasion, I would spray my bed sheets with it. My husband thought I was insane. And he would be like, how much did that cost for you to spray on the bed, Monique? And you know, we all know this. Either if it's your parent or your spouse, when they call you by your government name, you know it's like a serious thing. So for my husband to call me Monique, I was like, uh-oh. Anywhoots. Between the foundation and the fragrance, that was when the true love affair really, really began. Now, as my collection has grown, there are a couple of products that are like true standouts for me, and just, I feel that they will continue to stand the test of time, and they'll always be products I reach for, in a sense where Tom Ford overall is a brand that when I don't really know what I want to do that day, I don't know what I want to wear, I don't know what look, because on the occasion my husband would be like, hey babe, let's go out, go get ready. I love that about him. I guess that's why we've been married for so long. But these products, no matter what I've got going on, or if I just want like a simple, soft little something, these are it. These are the staples. These are the go-tos. And I'm going to share some ones that unfortunately we don't have anymore. And I've held on to them for the nostalgia. I've held on to them for the fact that I can't part with them because I haven't found a replacement yet. And although I don't use them, I still have them. I know, don't try to figure out my logic, okay? It's just not possible, okay? It's just the way it is. What I'm telling you is just the way it is. So first thing is the fragrance and Champaka Absolute. So it would be a thing. I'd look forward to it. It would be like another refresh if I hadn't gone to the counter in a while, but I would look forward to my annual repurchase of this size, in particular of my Champaka Absolute. And it was like a thing. I loved it. I looked forward to it, but we've since branched out. So besides Champaka Absolute, Rose Prick, outstanding. Love her. Use her all the time. I have this in this size, and then I have the travel size because I always have to have this. This is, I feel I've transitioned from Champaka Absolute over to Rose Prick as my go-to scent from Tom Ford. I love the way it wears. It's soft, it's feminine, but it's got some structure to it in a sense where it makes you feel bold, but soft and feminine. Another staple is the Café Rose. I regret not buying the mega ultra big size in this, but you know, I feel content at this point because of my fragrance collection overall growing, so I can chill my little butt with this size. But this is something I really, really have grown very fond of. So what I have in the purse now, which is Soleil Blanc. This I feel is like the perfect summer fragrance. I feel like it smells like a day at the beach, and the overall staying power and the designs of the scents overall, they're pretty awesome. So the fragrances from Tom Ford are 100% a staple in my collection. Another staple in the routine that I am so proud I found, because I'm always talking about it with you guys, and I went digging because I have certain drawers in my room that are solely for products I don't use, but I hold on to them because I want to be able to reference them. Like, I'll give you a quick example. It's not a Tom Ford product, but when I show it to you, you'll understand. Look at this little dust bag. Hello? Yes. Gucci Beauty before they took that break and then came back. So I hold on to products like this. I don't use them, but I hold on to them because self-explanatory, right? I also have some Dolce & Gabbana. I mean, your girl has some archived products, okay? So let me wheel myself back into Tom Ford and what I was getting at. The Tom Ford bronzer. First of all, look at the size of this thing. I don't know what happened to my packaging. It's all crusty. I don't know. These used to come out during the Soleil collections, okay? And my favorite, most repurchased, I had a ton of backups because I was like, I'm never going to be without this. And I was so confident that it was only going to get better. Bronze Age from Tom Ford. This was the perfect bronzer. Look at this thing. This was the perfect bronzer. And I just kept falling in love, falling in love. So you had this huge humongo, and then you had this little guy. This was always in my purse. But I've always been a no makeup, just enhance you kind of gal. And this was just another one of those products that as I go down memory lane and I'm sharing with you the staples, the products that really continue to allow me to fall in love with the brand, I can't not talk about the Tom Ford bronzers. Now, they still have the bronzer, but they have like 2 shades. And one has a shimmer in it, one doesn't, and they're like half of a hair shade difference. And they removed Bronze Age. And like I keep saying, like a broken record, now that, you know, there's a new owner in town, I'd love to see an update on that, because I know we've all seen some changes and things like that, and we're going to talk about that too. But yeah, the bronzer was definitely a staple, and I look forward to this getting updated so I can go crazy on it too. And the question of why was this a standout product? Well, the size, the luxurious experience, the outstanding formulation, and to me this was the perfect color. This was the perfect everyday color. This was the perfect no makeup color. This was just everything I ever wanted in a bronzer. Tom Ford has some of the best baked gelée formulated products. Fight me, okay? I'm joking. The Shade and Illuminate highlighting duo in Moodlight. This color story has truly stood the test of time. This just melts into your skin. It's not glittery. It's just so gorgeous. And what's great about the formula and the colors is you can wear it at any time for anything. Use it on your eyes. Build it up for the beam of intensity that you want. Mix the colors. This is one of those products that it did not stay stuck in like the 2016 highlight era. This is a highlight you can still use. I like to go in with my big Tom Ford brush and just sweep it all over my cheeks because it gives you that soft glow to the skin without the overly glittery effect. It just allows the skin to look glowy and juicy and gorgeous. Another duo while we're at it is the Shade and Illuminate Sculpting Duo. The formula on this product melts into your skin like no other. And this I have found that you don't have to set if you don't want to. It still looks outstanding. Everybody raves about this with good reason. We cannot talk about a Tom Ford staple in my routine that has allowed my love for the brand to just grow and grow and grow without talking about the eyeshadows. I enjoy my Tom Ford eye color quads so much. For 4 eyeshadows. I feel so creative and so excited for my Tom Ford quads. The Tom Ford quads are definitely something I have the most of in my collection, and I am so proud of them. I truly, truly am. We all know Nude Dip is my favorite. The Wet Dry formulation is my favorite. This is Rose Tease. This is the creamiest set of mattes you will ever experience. And the color story is so soft, so feminine. This is the Rose Expose eye color quad. This is what I'm wearing on my eyes today. And they're little rose embossed eyeshadows. Like, hello? What? Yeah. What can I say? Your girl loves her Tom Ford, yeah? Cream blush and Café blush. That's what I'm wearing today. Look at the gorgeous glow that I have because of this and my Moodlight. Now, it's not all roses and candy unicorns and rainbows when it comes to Tom Ford. Of course, there are products that I don't love. For instance, this. This is the Soft Matte Blurring Powder. Now, you know me, I never give up on a product. I will use it and use it. I'll try it this way. I'll try it that way. I'll try it on my daughters. I will just continue to go and go and go and go because I am determined to figure out what the heck, man. And then listen, you pay good money for this stuff. You're going to want to be able to enjoy it. You know what I mean? But like that, I just couldn't get on well with it. It looks powdery. It looks makeup-y. I couldn't get it to work. And I tried it in so many, a multitude of ways, and I did share that with you. And also this. Now listen, when it comes to the complexion, the foundations, I have like this really high bar for Tom Ford because that's where we met. That's how we fell in love. The Architecture Soft Matte, I feel like it starts off looking so amazing, right? But then it just doesn't wear well for me. It does not wear well. It gets very cakey and makeup-y and not what I am used to. I have been spoiled. I've definitely been spoiled by Tom Ford. Now to wrap up the products that have just been staples in the collection, the products that have allowed my love to blossom and grow for the brand are the lip products. I can't come on here and not talk about my Tom Ford lip products. Packaging is plus, a plus through and through. If you're curious, I did a little fun lip combo today. I did the Love's Attention lip liner. I then went over top with the classic Smoke Sable. I don't know if they make this one anymore, but it still smells good. Let me tell you, when Tom Ford lipsticks go bad, you smell them. So that's why I stopped buying as many as I did. We went through that in a video. And then I went over top with a lip oil. Tom Ford has some of the absolute best lipsticks. The shades, the finishes, the formulation. Yeah. And I don't love them all. Like this, I don't love. The formula's fine. Colors are pretty, but for the money, you might as well just go to the counter and ask for a little sample because you don't get a lot of product in here. It's ridiculous. So, touching on formula changes and newer releases, let's talk about it. Let's start off with this. Look. What is that, Mo? This is the hydrating, illuminating primers. Now, I just want to make it clear. It's good to change. Change is good. First statement. But I also am a firm believer in if it's something's not broke, leave it alone. Okay? And I'm all for updating ingredients and in a sense to make them better. But this, I'm a little about it. So originally, this was called the Illuminating Primer, and it came in that old school Tom Ford twister up, baby, packaging. I love this. This primer was hydrating. It was light. When you can give me hydrating but light, give me 10. Because I have combo skin. And I'm almost 40, so certain areas I need a little extra. I love to look glowy, but not overly greasy. It's a fine line. And I feel like this really nailed it. And if I ever felt it was too much, I'd only put it where I felt I needed the extra, you know, and it worked beautifully. I love this so much. Used it all the time. And then they gave us this beautiful packaging, just like the Shade and Illuminate packaging. Gorgeous. Yes. Very Tom Ford. Love it. Okay. So this is the Shade and Illuminate Soft Radiance Primer SPF 25. Amazing, right? This is a great product. This is beautiful. But to get rid of this for this, I was insulted. I was like, wait a minute. This is not better than this. I use so much of this than I did this. Everything is different. They're not comparable. I feel like if you're going to get rid of something, replace it for better. And I'm sure plenty of people will argue and say, Mo, what are you talking about? This is amazing. This is the best thing I've ever had. This is the best thing since sliced bread. Okay, but not for me. My main issue with this is not the finish and how it performs and all of that and how it looks, because it does look beautiful on the skin, and I love mixing this with lipstick to make cream blush or liquid blush, whatever. Is the fact that the formula is so thin that you have to use more than what I feel is normal. And that drives me crazy. Because to get to what I would normally get with like half a pump of this, I have to use like 3 to 4 pumps of this. First world problems. But we're talking about a formula change here. Okay? So I have to share it, okay? Another newer released product is the Rose Tease eyeshadow palette. This little guy has little printed roses on the actual eyeshadow. I never saw that before from Tom Ford. I thought that was a fun, fresh update. Also, the new packaging. Instead of it being plain like this, now you have the little TF on the front. Also, on the back, whoa, wow, so grand. I'm just kidding. On the back of your eyeshadows, you'll get a description. The shades, there's still no names. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm cool with that. It'll just say the shade and it'll give you the finish. It's those little details. I'm here for it. Okay? And then we were introduced to a new formula in the eyeshadow, the Crème formulation, which, yes. If you like the wet dry formulation, you'll like the Crème formulation. Now, I did see a funny little thing. I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on this. There was a Crème formulation recently that said it was Crème. Packaging didn't say it was Crème, but it felt like a Crème, but it was different. I've had all of the Crème formulation, so I've gotten accustomed to what I'm expecting. And then this comes and I'm like, what the, whoa, what is this? This is not cream. It's cream, but it's not that cream. Crème. Say it right. So there's that. So, you know, I take the good with the bad, but would I say that the changes have been good? Yeah. Fresh update on some packaging. I'm still upset they took away the stick. Please give us a replacement soon. Thank you. But change is good, and I look forward to seeing more changes and other newer products. Bronzer. How has the brand evolved? I feel they've evolved in a good way, where shade range is beautiful, color stories are appealing, come out with solid launches that are not overwhelming and that give you products you want to use. As a consumer, I don't consider myself what the word is used here for what I do. I consider myself a regular consumer, okay? I buy 90%. Why is my doggy trying to open the door? Okay, sorry. I buy 90% of the products that I share with you. Yes, I'm very, very fortunate to get sent PR. So grateful for that. But I look at myself as a consumer and I want to buy a product that I'm going to use. And I take that approach when I share videos with you because I want you to feel like you can use it. Use it every day, use it all the time, want to enjoy it. And I feel Tom Ford delivers that in the color stories and in the formulas and in the products overall. He's not releasing crazy stuff that you're kind of like, what is that? That's gimmicky. That's going to die out in a couple of weeks because trends, fads come and go. But Tom Ford releases solid products that you want to keep reaching for, that you want to repurchase. Yeah. So let's dive on into this milestone for the entire Tom Ford story. So the sale of Tom Ford occurred in 2022, a couple years ago. It feels like yesterday. Oh my days. And it was sold to Estée Lauder. Estée Lauder acquired the Tom Ford brand in a deal worth $2.8 billion. Billions with a B as in boy. That's right. You did good, Tom. Thomas, you did good. You did great. I truly feel that that sale at that point, just everything about it solidified Tom Ford as one of the most influential and successful figures in the beauty and fashion industry. I mean, the man became a billionaire because of this. So, I mean, he did something right. Now, I feel the acquisition by Estee Lauder is a good thing. It's Estee Lauder. And I feel that it's going to just allow the brand to continue to thrive and continue to solidify Tom Ford's legacy. I feel that they're going to uphold that standard. I mean, again, nothing is perfect. Prices go up. People are like, what the heck? Stuff like that. I mean, that's probably the biggest thing I hear. Or someone who is just completely oblivious to who Tom Ford is, what the products are. They look at them and they're like, I can get that at the drugstore. Okay. Go ahead. That's fine. No one is forcing you to buy it. No one is telling you you have to. But is there a true appreciation behind it? Yeah, 100%. I just feel like every single time I reach for my Tom Ford products, I get to truly indulge. Every time. So what's next for Tom Ford? I think this is a good time to ask you. What do you think is next for the brand? Do you think Estee Lauder is going to continue to bring it? Do you think Estee Lauder is going to do stuff with the brand that's going to excite us? Do you think they'll continue to revamp? Do you think they'll bring back the traceless stick? Do you think they'll bring back the bronzer? Hint, hint. Let me know. What do you guys think? What do you think the future of Tom Ford is going to look like? Let's talk about it. This was an awesome way to just kind of take a step back, go through it all, reminisce on some fun products over the years, share fun little stories with you, and just hang out for a little bit on Tom Ford Tuesday. To summarize my Tom Ford journey, I was a girl who started off with one product from Tom Ford that I fell in love with. I then went back and fell in love with the fragrance, and then I just kept going back for more because I just kept having a good experience and enjoying the products and wanting to try more, loving formulas, experiencing new formulas and creams and powders, and not loving some but still giving it a chance, which I always think is important. When I started with the brand to where I am now, things have definitely changed. We've lost some good ones along the way, but I still see so much happening. And I look forward to what's next, truly. And I feel like with the whole Estee Lauder purchasing Tom Ford and paying what they did for it, you can't tell me that they're not going to invest to recoup and to keep on doing better. It's business. It's what it is. It's what you got to do. But only time will truly tell. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Appreciate you. Take a moment and give today's video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. Stay beautiful, guys. I'll see you very, very soon. Bye.